Hey, so it's Editing Fletch, previous Editing Fletch, that just got done adding an edit into the video to edit for Editing Fletch. So, my audio is fucked. Like always, y'all. It wouldn't be a Fletch video if my audio wasn't messed up, wasn't it? Huh? It wouldn't be a Fletch video if my audio wasn't messed up, huh? Like I tell you guys, just listen to what I'm saying, girl. Because who is about to re-record this? Bitch, not me. Hey y'all, it's me, Editing Fletch, you guys. So y'all gonna see that this is a whole different day and a whole different outfit. Because y'all, I don't know how I did it, but, well, I know how I did it. I thought the video that I had made that was 5 minutes was something I had like shot and I did it incorrectly. So I deleted it, y'all. Whole time, it's a part of this video. So I have to redo my whole intro over again. Because y'all be like, girl, what are you talking about? You gonna be so lost, girl. Hey, y'all, it's me, Fletch. Back at it again with yet another story, something that you already know. Because I'm the baddest. Who? I'm the baddest trans bitch on YouTube, and that's on period. Let's go ahead and get right into it before I forget, okay? So, this is a story time that I have been alluding to for the past like two and a half, 3 weeks. I've had little like snippets of it. I've given y'all little like teasers about it. But today is the day that I am finally telling the story time of my last threesome. So this story time takes place back in early 2022, y'all. I was doing security at Dramatic, as you guys should already know. If you guys don't know that, I was recently recreating me another account on Plenty of Fish. If you guys don't know what Plenty of Fish is, you can go back and watch my other story time. You know, I done told you guys what it is before. But to give you like a short synopsis of what it is, basically it's just like a dating app. That's it. If you want to know, like, the full details, watch some more of my story times. What the fuck are these? Like, are these gnats? Like, what is that? And don't mind the background. Just got home from an interview. Shut up. Already know, me and Plenty of Fish, we be duking them up in the streets, honey. We do not get along at all. I was just doing my daily scroll. You already know how I do, you know, scrolling to see who I can have for a couple of minutes, for a couple of hours, girl. Maybe a day or two, just to have a little fun, get my little rocks off, girl. Just have a grand old time, boo. You know how it go. I was just scrolling, minding my business, girl, and I happened to swipe right on this guy. And for the sake of this story time, we're going to call this man Cameron. His name's going to be Cameron with a C. And the reason why I'm specifying with the C is because I know somebody named Cameron who y'all don't know, that y'all will never know. Girl, I probably already told a story about a Cameron. You don't even know who it is. And his name starts with a different letter than a C. So I'm trying to specify so you don't be like, oh my gosh, you're talking about me. We never did that. I'm like, duh, bitch, because it's not you, too. Also, not to mention, Cameron was from the Windy City, girl. Big old Chirac girl, Chi-Town, honey, like big C's, honey. And I ain't talking about no rips either, girl. So let's not do so much. Takes it back and forth. You know, he hit me up like, oh, hey, you know, you're cute. I'm like, thank you. You know, just have a real boring, pointless conversation, like always, you guys. Like always, literally. So we started discussing on like things about like when we're gonna link up with each other. Are we planning on linking up? Like, what are your interests? What is your position in the bedroom? What do you like to do? You know, things like that. What are your likes and dislikes? Just a whole bunch of really nothing that's important. Because I say this every single time, and it's literally like this every single time with every single guy. So we were texting back and forth, just devising a plan on when to link up. Now, around this time, like I told you, I was doing security, and for the first time in forever, the person that worked second shift finally showed the fuck up, girl. So I didn't have to stay against my will up until those 10 o'clock at night. Working hours that I did not get paid for, by the way. But, you know, I didn't have to stay that long. So that was great for me. So I texted him like, hey, you know, I get off work at 3. So if you're down to link up, we can link up. So he ended up asking me, would I mind coming over to come see him? Of course, y'all know I had the truck at the time. So I had no problem pulling up on anybody, anywhere, at any time. Because, baby, if they call, I'm there. Okay. Getting ready to pull up to this man's house. Mind y'all, not to talk about nobody's like living situation where they live, but these apartments have a very, very, very bad rep. Like a very bad rep. So as I'm approaching them, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Y'all, I'm over there in Fraser. I am in Fraser. There is no reason why my sedity ass should be over there and Frasier. Oh my gosh, like these look a little scary. Like y'all know how the little castles be looking in those little cartoons when it's like an evil witch or something like that. Imagine like big old storm clouds and lightning striking behind an apartment complex. Like that's exactly how I was feeling when I was driving up to them things. So I made my cute little left or whatever, girl, and I'm driving on up over there to where he told me to, you know, where his apartment number is. So I'm rolling in the deep, girl, and I'm like, okay, friend, where are you at? Because around this point, I done circled around this apartment complex about like 3-5 times, and I don't see you, boo. So I kind of go and I park, but I didn't park. Like as soon as I parked, I put it in drive and I put my foot on the gas brake. Just, you know, like not gas brake, but you know what I'm saying, the gas pedal. So that way, if there's some sticky shit going on, baby, I can yeet my ass up out of there. Like, friend, where you at? Because I don't see you. He's like, I see you. Okay, boo, I don't see you. So, like, I need to figure out where you are, where you located. He's like, I'm standing outside with a wife beater on and these stonewashed jeans. I'm like, wife beater and stonewashed jeans? Girl, that's every nigga in Memphis. Like, what are you talking about? The tall, light-skinned dude with the big shoulders. I'm like, okay, you know, all right. I mean, that's a little bit more descriptive than what you told me, but okay, let's see if I can find you. I done kind of turned my wheel around, girl, and I'm turning the car to my adjacent left, honey. Oh, boy, is sitting out in the middle of the street. I know for a fact I done drove, like, around this whole complex, like, 5 times at this point. At least 5. And I saw nobody standing right there. So that already kind of had me on edge. So, you know, he walking on up to the car and whatnot. And then he gets in the car, he closes the door, he's like, what's up, shorty? Who was this? Really? Like, I don't want to call him tall. He was taller than me, but he wasn't, like, tall. Like, I'm not talking about, like, no 6-footer, girl. Real skinny, real slim. You know, he had, like, a nice little, like, you know, 6-pack going on, girl. His shoulders were, in fact, big. He had big-ass arms, too. But he was, like, skinny. Like, imagine, like, a skinny dude with big-ass shoulders. Like, he's the shape of an actual T. He had, like, these little... Girl, they always had these damn Ethica drawers on, girl. I'm so sick of them damn things. I'm like, okay, where are we supposed to be going? Because I don't be over here. This is not my area. Just go around back and park around back because the ones at the back are abandoned. So I went on and I made my little right. I done curved on around and went back to the area that I actually was in when I was looking for him in the beginning. And we parked the little truck. So we sitting there, we talking. You know, he done sparked up a little blunt and whatnot. So we passing the blunt back and forth. Back and forth. And honey, like, it's just a chill vibe. You know, he's asking me questions about myself, like, what made me want to transition? Just a lot of regular questions that guys normally ask. Well, a lot of guys normally ask trans girls. You know, I'm asking him, has he ever been with a trans girl? Of course, he's like, no, I've never done this before. You know, guys always say this because everybody wants to make it their first ever experience. So, like, what do you want to do? I'm like, child, I really don't know at this point. Hey, well, you know, like, can I kiss you? I was like, kissing somebody on the first date, girl? You sure you want to do all that, girl? I ain't even, like, known you that long. He was a good kisser, though. The only thing that I did not like was that, like, you know how some folks be, like, overdoing it, like, with the tongue part? Like, they wanted to put their whole entire tongue in your mouth, girl. And I mean, like, they be, like, trying to choke you with it. Like, babe, like, this is not that. Okay, like, do you want to give me some head? I'm like, of course I do. So, you know, put his little hands down, girl. Babe. Now, I mentioned before that I've seen some very big, like, thingamawhat sits right. But this one in particular, it was, like, long and wide. Like, to give you a depiction, girl, like, to be quite honest with you, it was like this, y'all. Literally, it was like this. He's like, is it too big for you? You know me. I love a challenge. I'm not going to tell you it's too big for me. I'm going to tough that shit. And if I died on it, girl, I died and went to heaven, okay? You leave the seat on back, girl. And I'm going to town on friend. Like, I'm going to town on friend. Like, I'm pulling out all these different types of tricks that I can't do on a normal because it's, like, not the size that I need. Think about it. To be, like, okay, this is my logic. I don't know if this is anybody else's logic, but this is my logic. Depending on the length, those are the ones that you suck. The ones that are, like, medium size to small, those are the ones that you fuck. To put that out there, if you are bigger than a 6, honey, you're not getting into this bitch. Showing him I'm having fun, girl. Like, I'm just working this man out, girl. Like, it spit all on his seat, girl. It spit all in his drawers, girl. Like, I'm just having so much fun, honey. Like, I want to say it took him so long to finally reach his climax, girl. But when he finally did, it was like a big, like, explosion. Like, I don't mean like no Mount St. Helens, girl. Just eating this, girl. I can't say what I need to say, y'all, because honey, I don't know if y'all know or not, but a bitch is starting to get a coin from YouTube. Like, bitch, a bitch is monetized. From this point forward, I'm gonna have to start speaking in code because, honey, they're not taking my coin from me. Okay? Yeah. Y'all, it was this one time that this man asked me while I was at work to come see him, right? And I told him, well, I get off at 3. I get off at 3 o'clock, so I can come see you when I get off at 3. This man replied to me, okay. So now, you know, I'm like, hey, you still trying to link up? And you're like, you know, I done got off or whatever. So I'm like, hey, you know, are the plans still up? Are we still linking up? Like, what's happening? No reply. I get a text from a brand new number. Hey, this is what I call him, Cameron. And I just wanted to let you know that, you know, we can still link. I was like, okay, cool. So I texted him back like I'm on my way. Got up in there, got myself together, got myself real cute to wash myself off, honey. Now, around this time, y'all, I had those, I believe I had, did I have them faux locks in my head? No, I think I still had that blonde hair in my head. So, you know, I done pulled up over there. You know, I'm sitting there, I'm waiting. Ain't nobody came out. Ain't nobody did nothing. Ain't nobody text me back. I'm calling the number. It rings, it rings, it rings. Sorry, this person's not available right now. So then I try and call the number again. Y'all, why is my number blocked? Why is my number blocked? So I'm like, I know this man did not try to pull no fucking stunt like that. I'm just now leaving work. I'm tired. I went home, washed my ass to come back out the house. Ain't had no break to come and see you. And then I got to pick my sister up at 5 o'clock when she get off work. And you want to play these fucking games with me. Baby, download the text now. Ring, 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 ring. This person's not available right now. Call back at another time. And I use my original number, girl, and I called the other number that texted me. I'm sorry, this person's not available. This phone is out of service. Please call back at another time. It is so damn hot out there. Y'all, my truck did not have any AC. It had no AC. None. So I'm sitting there, I'm frying like 2 catfish in a skillet, waiting on a motherfucker to come out the house or let me know, like, hey, like, what's tea? Like, I'm here. I'm outside. Hello. Point. I ended up texting the number, and I just went off. I have the messages. I think I have the messages in this phone right here in front of me. If it's not this one. And after I went off on him, I didn't speak to him no more for a while, girl. He texted me last year, and he texted me on Plenty of Fish, and I was just like, what do you want? He was like, don't be like that. I'm like, what do you want? Because I really don't fuck with you. He was like, why? I'm like, what do you mean, why? You know why I don't fuck with you. And he was like, well, last time I had my girl at the house, and girl, when the fuck did you get in a relationship, bitch? When was you gonna tell me that you had a girlfriend? He was like, I didn't feel like I needed to tell you, child, bye. Like, at this point, bitch, you done pissed me off by saying that. Done talking to you. Blocked again. So, girl, after that, he hit me up multiple times after that, and I was just not giving him the time of day. So, September rolls around, y'all. I was really at my wit's end with this dude because I really just did not want to link with him no more because he was just on bullshit. He was 100% on bullshit, you guys. So he hit me up like, hey, how you been? I'm like, look, holding grudges makes you old. It makes you get sick. You know, it makes you die faster. I'm just going to give us the glory and let God deal with it, okay? So I'm not holding no grudges. I'm going to let bygones be bygones, and we can try this again. Because around this time, y'all, I'm way older. I'm like 22. At the time when I met him, I was like 19, just freshly turning 20. So, you know, 3 years done passed. Well, 2 years done passed at this point, honey. My birthdays was a mess, girl. Jail shit, girl. Just a mess, honey. I was not having a good year. So I really was not up for no games, honey. It was just like, oh, you know, do you want to link up? And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to link up with you or not because I don't really have time to be playing games. You like to play games. You like to go ghost when you texting somebody. You like to not answer the phone. You like to block people. He was like, oh, I'm not doing that no more. The only reason why I did that was because, girl, you already know what he said. My girlfriend, she was looking at my phone. I didn't even know that she was like, oh my damn. I mean, yeah, I got a baby now though too. You got a baby, bitch. Run that back by me again. You said you got a what, bitch? I'm like, oh my gosh. You just been out here having a fucking ball, bitch. And having a whole ball. Babe, friend, done. I ain't gonna tell y'all all that, but just know, honey, for you to just have moved to a city that you are not from, that man was always clink, clink. Girl, he was always clink, clink. Then a situation happened with his OG. I don't understand. I don't know what this means. I mean, I know what it means, but y'all get what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, like the gang vernacular and stuff. So if I'm saying something wrong, my apologies. But that's what, I guess, I don't know if that was a family, I don't know. Maybe it's a Chicago thing when they talk about like their parents or something like that. But somebody that he was close to passed away. So, you know, that happened. That's unfortunate. And that's unfortunate. Like, it's literally unfortunate, unfortunately. So, you know, I was like, okay, well, you know, I hate that happened to you. So, like, you know, what are you doing today? He was like, nothing. I was trying to see if I could come see you. So I'm just like, child, look, I'm willing to give you another chance. But if you be on some fuck shit again, I will never speak to you ever again. He was like, okay, that's a deal. I'm like, all right. He didn't have a car, so I would have to give him an Uber to my home. Because, I mean, like, girl, if I'm responsible for your ride, boo, you know, I can take as long as I want to. No shade, Thr33. You are not a priority to me. I was just on Grindr, you know, bored, scrolling as well. I happened to get a text message from this guy. Let's just call him Jake, girl. No, I already used Jake. Damn. Let's call this man Wesley, I guess. No snipes. Wesley was this dark-skinned, like, really finely toned man. He had, like, locks in his head. He wore glasses. Really, really, really handsome, beautiful dark-skinned man. So, you know, I didn't text him because he texted me. Obviously, you never text these men first, girl. So, I was just like, you know, what's up with you? He was like, oh, not much, not much. I'm like, okay, so I have a question. He was like, yeah. I said, well, are you down to have a threesome? This is something that I have been wanting to do since I started seeing it on, like, you know, adult content avenues, adult content sites. You know, I was like, I would love to link up with two masculine men and just have them be my back into oblivion. He was like, you know, like, who is it gonna be with? I said it's gonna be with, like, another one of my homeboys. Girl, I'm talking some homeboys. Like, I know this man all my life, girl. Come on now, stop. But I'm like, it's with one of my homeboys, and, you know, I'm gonna ask him if he's cool with it too. So he was like, do you have a picture of him? I was like, no, I don't have a picture of him. And he was like, well, can you ask for a picture? I'm like, yeah, I can ask for a picture. Girl, I was not sending you no damn picture, honey. Because, like, I don't do that shit. Because, like, I don't know who got beef in this city. I don't know who you know. And then say I send a picture, but see if I don't send a girl anyway. So, you know, let's just keep all this in mind, honey. I asked Cameron, I was like, are you down to have a threesome? He was like, no. And I was like, why? Like, ain't nobody gonna be doing it to see you. Like, y'all both gonna be me. He was like, okay, well, you know what? That's cool, whatever. So, you know, then he turned around and then told me no again. And I was like, look, do you want to have a threesome or no? And he was like, I don't know. Let me think about it. I said, okay, girl. So I'm just texting, what I call that man, Wesley, back and forth. You know, we just have a regular old conversation. He's asking me like, what do I like to? What am I into? The same old thing, girl. Same old spiel. Nothing new. I was like, well, Wesley, you can come on because I don't know what he's doing. You can come on. So he went on, excuse me, y'all. That's a belch. So he came on to my house. And he came over here with his little car and whatnot, honey. And he got on out, girl. And he came on up in here. Everything was cool. Everything was fine. So Cameron ended up texting me. And he was like, hey, you know, are we still linking? I'm like, well, you don't want to have no threesome. So no, I'm not linking with you. He was like, look, I can go ahead on and just have one. Like, it's cool. It's fine. I said, are you sure? He was like, yeah. I said, okay. So the guy's already here. But he didn't reply to that message. So I sent him an Uber and stuff like that. And he went ahead on and got an Uber, girl. So he's telling me that he's on his way. Me and Wesley, we're just having a conversation. We just talking. He's talking about anime, stuff that I have no knowledge of at all. Like, I've watched a couple, girl, but I'm not an anime person. I look at my phone and God's like, oh, I'm here. I'm like, okay, cool, period. I had my hair wrapped up in this cute little bun. And I had on my little cute, like, money robe. I have a picture of, like, what the money robe looks like. And this cute little money robe on, girl, that I got from Shein. The little dollar bills on it. Really cute, really pretty. And I opened the door. He walks on in. And he's like, where's your room at? I'm like, friend, you've been here multiple times. You know where my room is. And he was like, I ain't been here that long. I don't know where your room is. I'm like, child, bye. So I'm closing up the screen door. And I'm closing up the main door, honey. As soon as I don't even get a chance to actually turn around. Like, who is that in your room? Ooh, wait a minute. I'm like, friend, I told you, like, the guy was over here. I told you he was coming over here. We was going to have a threesome. Like, you didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me that. I'm like, friend, yes, I did. Like, it's in text that I told you that he was here. No, I didn't know nothing about that. Like, you went to ask Buddy to leave or something like that. I'm like, friend, I'm not doing all of that. Like, I'm not going to let him leave. He was like, did he get here before me? I'm like, yes, he got here before you. Like, no. Like, I'm not making him leave. He already done drove all the way out here. I'm not making this man leave. That's rude. So then he's like, well, you got to figure out something because I kind of want you out of myself. You know, I don't like to share you. I was like, hey, you know, he don't want you here. He wants you to go. He was like, well, I'm not finna leave. I'm like, well, friend, look, I'm not finna be doing this all day. Like, he wants you to leave. You gonna have to leave. He was like, but I'm not leaving because, like, did he get here before me? So, girl, it's basically like a whole lot of me walking into my room, walking out my room, walking into the living room, telling him this and that, walking back in here, telling him this and that. Like, it's just a back and forth. And it's just so irritating because I'm the type of person, I don't like to be rude. I don't know how to be, like, assertive sometimes, especially, like, around guys. I don't know how to be assertive, so I kind of just let things slide, or I try to, like, make sure there's no problems. Because, mind you, these are two hood niggas, girl. Y'all be really on one. I'm like, look, is it fine if I do him first and then I do you? He was like, yeah, I don't mind it. It's cool. Talking to Wesley. Y'all, oh my goodness, I skipped something. Okay, so let me go on and say this real quick to add this in for context. I was already in here with Wesley, and Cameron came in here. I'm sitting there, like I said, I am drunk. Wesley was like, hey man, you know, I like your piece. I'm like, your piece? Mind y'all, you know, I'm gay, trans, whatever you want to call me, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Y'all, I hope that he was not talking about this man's piece, if you get what I'm saying. And Cameron said,
oh, what you talking about, man?
The guy reaches forward to try to like point at it, and Cameron like jumps back a little bit, and then Wesley, he kind of like sits up a little bit. I'm like, y'all are doing too much. Now, this man is talking about oh my gosh. Mind y'all, I would have never known that Cameron had his on him if he would have never said nothing. Wesley would have never said nothing. I would have never known that. And the crazy thing is, Cameron never used to come around me with his, okay? So I was really shocked at the fact that he brought his piece. So I'm just like, okay, that's weird. Anyway, so now we devised a plan on who's going to go where and who's going to do what right. Okay, so now we're back on track. He done walked out the room. He's sitting down on the ottoman. I think that's what they call it. The little square, like, shaped things that be in front of the little love seat couches. Not love seats, go like the little sectionals and stuff, girl. Here comes Cameron. He walks into my room. And he's just walking in. I'm going to walk in behind him. And Wesley grabs my wrist and, like, yanks me over there to him. He was like,
nah, you can't have me sitting here like this if you want this nigga to go first. You can't have me sitting here without no Wi-Fi.
I'm in here, you know. Ooh, God, I said the real name. Cameron is in here, you know, he's getting his life. We having fun, you know. Things lead to another. I'm not going to be too descriptive, girl, because you already know how I get down in the bedroom, honey. I've talked about it before. So now he's like, oh, Buddy can come up in here. Weston come in here. I said, okay, cool. So I opened the door. I'm like, Weston, you can come on, girl. I didn't, like, I always say that, but I didn't say girls to him. I just said you can come on. So he comes on up in here, honey. And, girl, when I say a time was had, it was so much fun, y'all. Like, so much fun. I'm in there, you know, I'm at the cash register right now. Y'all know I'm the cashier. Opening and closing the cash register drawer, you know, Wesley's doing it first. You know, I'm excited to see him. Like, he's the best customer I've ever had thus far. Like, he's giving me the right amount of change. He's, like, counting it out very slowly, girl. Like, everything is just going so well. So then that's when Cameron goes behind Wesley. He starts helping him open and close the cash register drawer because it got jams, right? They switch positions, bitch. What in the ground they say? Switching up position for you. It was so fun. And then, like, you know, Cameron's like, yeah, you like that shit. You like being treated like a slut. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, that should be a rubber baby, bitch. Like, oh my God. So, girl, like, I'm just having so much fun. So, as we're doing what we're doing, right, I'm kind of peeping out the corner of my eye that Cameron is putting his clothes on. He's getting himself together like he's getting ready to go. He's looking at me, and I look at Cameron. Cameron's like, oh, okay, you know, I'm finna get ready to go. I'm finna call my Uber. I said, okay, that's fine. So he's on his phone, you know, doing his own little thing. And then me and Wesley, we're still having fun. He's taking me to Pound Town. Cameron is like, hey, you know, my Uber's outside. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm finna go ahead on and go. I'm like, all right. So he walks himself up out the house really, 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 really fast. And I was like, that's a little strange. Like, why are you walking that fast? But I mean, you know, them Ubers, they don't be playing. Because they'll be like, oh, you 2 minutes late, cancel ride, girl, on to the next one. I'm like, oh my gosh, bitch. Like, my toe didn't even get a chance to tap the concrete outside of the door frame. That was weird. Because why were you so ready to go? But whatever. I'm still going to have my time. I'm still going to have fun. Fantasy was fulfilled. I'm having a grand time with him. So, you know, me and Wesley, we done doing what we doing, honey. We're laying there on the bed. We're cuddling. I'm rubbing his dreads and whatnot, girl, or locks, whatever you want to call them, girl, because some folks get offended by that, too. He's rubbing on my little chest and whatnot, honey. Like, it's just fun. Like, everything's just cute. Like, it felt like he was my dude. So I'm like, well, I'm finna get up and go get you a towel. He was like, okay, cool. Around this time, y'all, I didn't know that my mom was going to be coming back to the house. So in the midst of us doing what we was doing, she ended up coming home. And I heard the door, but I was already in the zone. Everything was just happening. It was nothing that I could do. Like, it was nothing that I could do. So, you know, hopefully, I don't think she heard anything, though, because I had music on. So I don't think she heard anything. But if she did, she didn't come up in here, so that's a plus. I walk to the bathroom, and I get this little towel. You know, I put my little soap on here. I'm finna treat my guests good, right? So I come back in the room. Why does Wesley have on his sweatpants his shirt, his glasses, his shoes, and he got his phone? I'm like, okay, you didn't want to wipe off or nothing like that?
Look outside to see if you see my car outside.
Why do I need to check outside to see if your car is outside? You can't get up and do that yourself. Like, it's literally like a 2-step walk to my window. Like, my curtain's already halfway open. Why do you need me to look? Look outside and see if you see my car. I'm like, what? Okay. So I walk over there to the window, girl. I pull that curtain back, bitch. Do y'all know there was a dotted line outline where that man's car was supposed to be? That car was gone, honey. I'm like, wait a minute. If your car is gone, he hurried up and left. He said his Uber is outside. How did you get in your... This man stole Wesley's car, y'all. He stole Wesley's car. So not only did you just put me... Damn, bitch, I'm choking on spit. Not only did you put me in a situation that now there's beef, and I know both of y'all, you're jeopardizing the safety of the people that I live with. So I'm like, what in the holy hell is going on? So now he's over here like, oh, I'm going to call this person, I'm going to call that person, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm like, boo, no, you're not. You're not going to do all that. We're not doing that. Like, you don't do that over here. Like, take that shit over there where you live. You're not calling nobody over here to do nothing. You're not doing none of that stuff. So then I'm trying to get into contact with Cameron. Like, did you steal that man's car? Blah, 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 right? No reply, girl. Trying to call.
Plots.
Your mama, she's like, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm like, girl, like, the guys I invited over here, one of the guys stole the other guy's car. She was like, girl, shut up. Like, seriously. Like, that's not what I needed to hear right now. I needed to hear, look, if things get sticky, we calling 911. That's what I wanted to hear. Not you nagging me about my damn company. The whole house was in a uproar. And not because of the situation with him. Girl, it was just bad news after bad news after bad news after bad news that whole entire day. Like, everything was just going so wrong. Like, everything was going so wrong. So Mama, she's already pissed. She's on pins and needles. Now, I'm scared, and I'm on pins and needles. My little sister, she's always the one that's the mediator in between, don't really partake in nothing. She just be like, damn, that's crazy. And then, you know, my older sister, she in her own zone. She don't care about nothing. So it's just really me and my mama, we're tripping. So we're tripping over two different things, but then we're both tripping over the same thing. So, girl, he's like, let me see your phone. I'm like, child, why you need to see my phone? He's like, let me see your phone real quick. I need to call somebody. Girl, you got your whole phone in your hand, bitch. You just booked an Uber. Who you trying to call on my phone? Oh, he was on our Wi-Fi, girl. That's right. So, I mean, he couldn't call nobody. That's right. Y'all know this man done stayed here and booked another Uber, canceled the one that he had that was taking him home, booked another Uber over to where this man lives. He went to my message log, found his name, looked up his address, and booked an Uber to go up over there. This is a whole disaster. Like, how do we go from, I can't say what I was finna say, girl, to wanting to air people's shit out? Like, how did we get that far? So, I'm sitting there, I'm panicking. He done found a man's address and stuff like that. He's talking about he can get his little brothers to go up there. He can get his brothers and his homeboys and friends. They gonna, girl, just a whole lot of nothing, honey. So I'm just like, child, whatever, girl. Now, you know what? To be quite frank, I give Cameron props. Now, he was from the Windy City, and he let your ass know how fast that wind can blow, bitch. They'll finally call him a little Uber and whatnot, girl. He got his little Uber and shit, right? So he done went on about his business. Y'all, then for a whole, 2.5 weeks, that man, Wesley, that man, was constantly texting me, asking me, is that guy over there? Is that guy over there? Is he coming back over there? Have him pull up over there so y'all can, try and do something again. I'm gonna come back over there and I'm gonna take my car and I'm gonna take off on him. Bitch, I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. I don't know you like that. I'm not setting nobody up. That's not the life that I live. I'm not into that stuff. You should have been paying attention. Girl, and to be quite frank, he should have been paying attention because you didn't know this man. I did. You should know your P's and Q's. But then again, how do you position with your back turned and you inside me? So I can't be too mad at him. But then again, I probably shouldn't have been being thirsty trying to have a fantasy fulfilled, because if I would have never done that, it would have never been a situation like that where people asking me to put a pin out on somebody and try to set them up and things like that. Buddy was from the trenches, honey. Cameron was about that life, girl. I mean, he was about that life, girl. He was not somebody you wanted to play with. So, me not knowing Wesley that well, I don't really know Cameron that well, but I've known Cameron longer than I've known you. So, I've kind of heard some stories that he got. Fran is vicious. friend got a bullet wound on his body somewhere. I don't want to be specific, but he got shot, girl. He got jumped by some guys. They would beat his ass with some bats, girl. He beat them up and stuff. Like, girl, he is really from there. So I don't think that's a good idea to want to do some shit like that. Because up north niggas and down south niggas are totally different. He's like trying to tell me how, oh, I want to come back over there, but I'm afraid to be in that area because, you know, I don't know what type of people you got hanging around. Girl, it is not my fault that this man, who I have not known for that long, but I've known longer than you, decided he wanted to steal your car that day. That had absolutely nothing to do with me. Like, you from the streets, he from the streets. Y'all should have known something. Like, like I said, I don't partake in that stuff. I'm thinking the man is getting up to go get in the Uber and go home, honey. I'm not thinking he's trying to do some grand theft. Months after that, I was kind of paranoid because I didn't know if Cameron knew that the guy got my phone and found his address. I don't know if he ever pulled up on him. I just don't know what happened because I didn't really care about what happened. That's your shit. You deal with it, boo. So, and that's kind of callous and mean to say, but then again, like, I don't know you like that. And then I'm definitely not putting myself in the line of fire for you when I don't know you. I've known him longer than I've known you. So, like, you know, I'm not doing that. So, you know, it very much so just gave what was supposed to have been given. I had a great time. But he never found his car, though. Never found his car. Old boy, i.e. Cameron, ended up crashing that man's car. And then he ended up not having a car no more. He kept on trying to come see me, kept on trying to pull up on me, kept on trying to see me, kept on trying to pull up on me. Was not interested in seeing him, like, at all. I have not seen that man since that day. I have not seen that man since that day. Like, at all. At all. And that was September of last year. It is now June. That's a long time. So, basically, y'all, that is the story time, you guys. I hope this gave you guys some insight, like a little, like, eye-opening moment. If you having fun, you enjoying yourself, you know, you want to, you know, fulfill your fantasies. With a lot of these guys get their fantasies fulfilled. They get to do this and do that and do this and do that. I mean, shit, why not, as a trans person, take advantage of your transness? Two boys like trans girls. You may as well go and have a good time with them. But one thing about it, for sure, he said he could have asked one of his homeboys to link up with me if he knew blah, blah, blah. Babe, I don't know your friends. I just know you. And it's funny because it's the same situation. I don't know him. I only know you. So I can kind of get why he felt the way he felt. And then maybe I didn't communicate that the guy was here in a way that he would have seen it. Like, maybe I didn't call him or something. Like, I don't know what I could have done differently. I really don't know what I could have done differently. This is not an open platform for advice. I'm not asking you for your 2 cents. It's already did. It's already done. It's already styled. It's already finished. It's been paid for. Like, girl, I'm not asking for advice. This always goes back to the stuff that I always say. Regardless of how fine somebody is, what you want to do, if you like them, whatever it is, always be honest up front. Make sure you communicate. Even if you think you communicated clearly, communicate again just to clarify. Because all that could have been null and voided if I would have never hit up Wesley. All that would have been null and voided if I would have just told Cameron, like, hey, you know, this guy's here, or called him or something, because I did tell him that. But if I would have called him and been like, hey, friend, like, the guy's here, like, do you still want to come? Yes or no? You know, before I got his Uber, like, you know, it's a lot of things that I could have done differently, but it's already done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you bad bitches in my series finale, which is going to be the series Story Times. That's going to be season 3, and after that, y'all, like, it's going to be a wrap, y'all. It's going to be a wrap. It's going to be over with. Not going to have any more story time left to tell y'all. Thank you guys so much for 730 subscribers, y'all. We are 300 away from 1K. 300 away from 1K, y'all. Can you believe that? Love y'all so much for making my dreams come true. So, yeah. Bye, there, bitches.